Hollywood's red carpets have witnessed countless makeovers, but the most powerful transformations are the ones we can't see. These are journeys of the soul, of courageously aligning an external life with an internal truth. Here are 10 transgender celebrities who didn't just change their lives, they reinvented them, inspiring millions to live authentically. Elliot Page, known over a decade as the Oscar-nominated actress from Juno, a rising star in blockbusters like X-Men, The Last Stand, and Inception. But this public persona was a cage. In his memoir, Page Boy, he poignantly described the profound dissonance of being perceived as someone he wasn't, a feeling of being a shadow that intensified under the glare of Hollywood fame. He spoke of feeling a constant, grinding disconnect, a never-ending roller coaster of despair, where the very body that brought him professional success felt like a foreign, betraying entity. The journey to his truth was a long and private one, but it culminated in a public declaration that would resonate across the globe. In December of 2020, Elliot shared a powerful statement on social media, coming out as transgender and introducing himself with his name and pronouns. The response was an immediate and massive wave of support from fans, colleagues, and the broader LGBTQ+ community. His physical transformation, which included top surgery, became one of the most visible and discussed transitions of the modern era. In interviews following his announcement, the change in him was palpable. And while Elliot's journey represents a seismic shift in film and public perception, another pioneer was breaking ground on a different scale. Laverne Cox was a determined artist fighting for a foothold in a world that had no place for her. Growing up in Mobile, Alabama, she endured relentless bullying and harassment for her gender expression from a young age. She found solace in the performing arts, but the path was fraught with obstacles. After moving to New York City, she navigated the immense challenges of being a Black transgender woman in an industry rife with discrimination, taking whatever roles she could find while waiting for her breakthrough. That breakthrough came with a force that would permanently alter the television landscape. Her portrayal of Sophia Bursette, a transgender inmate in the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, was nothing short of revolutionary. Laverne brought a humanity, complexity, and dignity to the role that transgender characters were rarely afforded. In 2014, she made history, becoming the first openly transgender person to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award in an acting category. Laverne consciously used this newfound platform not for vanity, but for vigorous advocacy. She became a leading voice in educating the public on transgender issues, tirelessly speaking out against violence targeting trans women of color and fighting for legal protections. Her own physical and social transition, which she discusses with candor, is intrinsically linked to her mission. If Laverne changed the conversation in entertainment, our next figure took the fight for authenticity and respect directly into the heart of the political system. Danica Rome was a working journalist and the frontwoman for a metal band called Cab Ride Home. She had lived much of her life in Virginia's Prince William County, and for years she navigated the world as a person the public didn't yet fully see. Her decision to run for the Virginia House of Delegates in 2017 was a monumental gamble. She was challenging a 26-year incumbent, a socially conservative Republican who had famously sponsored a bathroom bill targeting transgender individuals. The race immediately became a national flashpoint, with pundits wondering if a transgender candidate could win in a traditionally conservative district. Danica's campaign, however, refused to be defined solely by identity. While she never hid who she was, she focused relentlessly on the kitchen table issues that mattered to her constituents, fixing the notoriously congested Route 28, raising teacher pay, and ensuring accessible healthcare. When her opponent refused to even debate her or use her correct name, Danica responded with a powerful and consistent message of competence and dedication. On election night, she made history, becoming the first openly transgender person to be elected and serve in any U.S. state legislature. Her victory was a watershed moment, a clear rebuke of identity-based politics and a testament to the power of showing up and doing the work. Since taking office, she has been re-elected repeatedly, her record of delivering for her district cementing her legacy as an effective public servant first and foremost. Danica's personal transition provided the foundation of her story, but it is her unwavering commitment to her community that has defined her political career. From the halls of political power to the vibrant ballroom-inspired world of television drama, our next star didn't just take a role, she embodied a revolution. MJ Rodriguez found her community and her voice in the New York City ballroom scene, a subculture created by Black and Latino LGBTQ plus youth as a sanctuary from a hostile world. She was a natural performer, blessed with a powerful singing voice and a commanding presence. Yet for years, the doors to mainstream acting remained firmly closed. The roles available for transgender women, especially those of color, were often stereotypical, demeaning, or simply non-existent. She persevered through small parts and workshops, honing her craft while waiting for an opportunity worthy of her talent. That opportunity arrived with the seismic force of Pose. The show, set in the late 20th century ballroom culture, was a landmark production from its inception, featuring the largest cast of transgender actors ever assembled for a television series. In the role of Blanca, the nurturing and fiercely ambitious housemother, MJ Rodriguez found the part of a lifetime. She didn't just act, she poured her own lived experiences, her struggles, and her triumphs into the character, creating a performance of breathtaking depth and emotional resonance. The show was a critical and cultural sensation, celebrated for its authentic storytelling and its celebration of transgender joy and resilience. In 2021, MJ made history by becoming the first transgender woman to win a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television drama. This victory was more than a personal accolade. It was a validation for an entire community that had been begging to see itself represented with dignity and complexity. And from the dramatic, emotionally charged world of Pose, we turn to the world of comedy, where our next star shines. Hannah Gadsby built a career on the classic framework of self-deprecating humor. But beneath the surface of this successful comedic persona was an individual buckling under the weight of unresolved trauma, internalized homophobia, and a deep sense of alienation. The act of turning their pain into a punchline was becoming unsustainable, a source of psychological harm rather than catharsis. This simmering tension exploded onto the global stage with their 2018 Netflix special, Nanette. What began as a traditional comedy set quickly unraveled into something entirely new and breathtakingly raw. Hannah systematically deconstructed the mechanics of a joke, explaining why they could no longer tell their own story within its confines. They spoke with searing honesty about sexual assault, misogyny, and the legacy of great artists like Picasso, whose brilliance was often used to excuse their abuse. It won a Peabody Award and sparked conversations worldwide. This public shattering of their old persona paved the way for a new, more authentic one. In 2021, Hannah came out as non-binary and began using she/they pronouns. This announcement felt like the final piece of the puzzle they had started in Nanette, a full embrace of their complex, multifaceted identity. Their follow-up special, Douglas, continued this fearless exploration, weaving in their late-in-life autism diagnosis. While Hannah's story is one of adult self-discovery, our next celebrity has been on the transformation journey for a while. Jazz Jennings sat down for a profound interview with Barbara Walters, calmly and eloquently explaining her gender identity to a national audience. That interview launched her into the public eye, making her a symbol and a source of information for families around the world grappling with similar questions. Her life became an open book with the launch of her TLC reality series, I Am Jazz, in 2015. The show documented the realities of growing up transgender with an intimacy never before seen on television. It covered milestones like prom and learning to drive, but it also didn't shy away from the immense challenges, including her gender confirmation surgery at 17 and her subsequent, very public struggles with depression, anxiety, and an eating disorder. Jazz has been remarkably candid about how the pressure of being a role model and living under a microscope exacerbated these mental health struggles. Her physical transformation, guided by puberty blockers in her early teens and later estrogen hormone therapy, has been a central, ongoing narrative of her life and the show. From a childhood documented on reality TV to the high-fashion runways of Paris and New York, our next star used her striking beauty to shatter barriers. Valentina Sampaio of the global runways. From a young age, she was supported in her social transition by her mother, Maria, but the path was not without its hardships. She faced discrimination early on, including being expelled from a Catholic school for being transgender. Undeterred, she channeled her focus into modeling, moving to Sao Paulo, and then to the international fashion capitals to pursue her dream with relentless drive. Her career quickly became a series of historic firsts. In 2017, she graced the cover of Vogue Paris, becoming the first openly transgender model to do so. This was a monumental moment in the fashion world, an industry long criticized for its rigid beauty standards. But she didn't stop there. In 2019, she was featured in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, a hallmark of mainstream American beauty. Then, in 2020, she achieved another milestone by becoming the first openly transgender Victoria's Secret angel, a powerful rebuke to the brand's past exclusionary policies. Each of these achievements was more than a booking. They were cracks in a fortified wall. Valentina has spoken about her transition as a journey to synchronize my body with my soul, and her success in the visual, often superficial world of fashion is a powerful testament to that synchronization. From the haute couture of fashion to the high glamour of drag, our next celebrity had a unique second act, returning to the competition that first made her famous to claim a crown as her fully realized self. Kylie Sonique Love. The first time America met this performer was on the second season of RuPaul's Drag Race in 2010. Competing under the name Sonique, she was a talented but vulnerable contestant who was not yet publicly out as transgender. During her time on the show, she emotionally discussed her struggles with gender identity, offering a rare glimpse of the person behind the drag. Though she was eliminated midway through the competition, she left a memorable impression on fans. In the years that followed, she embarked on her gender transition, a profound personal and physical journey that she shared with her followers. She returned to the public eye as Kylie Sonique Love, a woman fully living in her truth. A decade after her original season, she was invited back to compete on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 6. Her return was nothing short of triumphant. The difference was stunning. Where there was once uncertainty, there was now a grounded, radiant confidence. And from the spotlight of the main stage, we turn to the writer's room, where our next trailblazer fought against all odds. Our Lady J, growing up in a conservative, evangelical Christian household in a small Pennsylvania town, she felt profoundly trapped, forced to live a life that was not her own. A gifted, classically trained pianist, she escaped to Los Angeles, where she built a successful career as a musician and backup performer for stars like Sia and CeeLo Green. Yet, she was living a double life, performing in drag at night while still presenting as male by day, a dissonance that became increasingly unbearable. Her decision to fully transition was the catalyst that unlocked her true creative potential. Once she began living authentically, her career trajectory shifted from performer to storyteller. She was hired as a writer and producer for the groundbreaking Amazon series Transparent, where her personal experiences provided an invaluable and authentic perspective that shaped the show's nuanced portrayal of a transgender parent and her family. She was instrumental in ensuring the narrative was respectful and true to life. Her work there led to an even bigger opportunity, becoming the first openly transgender writer for the revolutionary series Pose. In the writer's room, she helped craft the very stories that would inspire a generation, drawing directly from her knowledge of the community and her own journey. And finally, we turn to the world of pop music, where our last star's lifelong journey of living her truth culminated in a historic moment on music's biggest stage. Kim Petras. From her earliest memories in Cologne, Germany, Kim Petras knew she was a girl. With the unwavering support of her parents, she began her medical transition as a teenager, navigating a complex legal and medical system. Her journey was so pioneering that it became a subject of public discourse. At the age of 16, she became one of the youngest people in the world to undergo gender-confirming surgery, and she allowed her story to be documented to help normalize transgender experiences for other youth. She channeled all her energy into her true passion, music. Inspired by the glossy, infectious pop of the early 2000s, she began releasing her own songs, building a fiercely dedicated, grassroots fan base entirely independently. For years, she was a cult favorite, known for her undeniable hooks and her candidness about her identity. Her big break came when she teamed up with the Grammy-winning singer Sam Smith. Their collaboration, the global smash Unholy, became an inescapable hit. At the 2023 Grammy Awards, the song won the award for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. In that moment, Kim Petras made history, becoming the first openly transgender artist to ever win a Grammy in that category. Their journeys, marked by immense courage, resilience, and unwavering authenticity, have not only changed their own lives, but have also illuminated a path for millions around the world, reminding us all that everyone deserves the freedom to become who they truly are. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new video. See you in the next one.